Welcome everybody. My name is Tony Coleman, also known as London Electricity. And welcome to episode 3 of the London Electricity podcast. Got some fantastic new music for you. Kicking off with this on the 5 Alley label. This is Redeyes and Prose. Yukon. And you've all been very gracious in as much as you've sent in loads and loads of shouts. So I'm going to endeavour to read them all out across this podcast. Got shouts going out to the producers on this, Prose and Redeyes. Thank you for making beautiful music. And if you want to send a message to me personally, just go to Instagram and it's London Elec. Jan Sharbat says, morning, we're on a ski slope trying to enjoy the last show in Czech Republic. Having in mind recent events in Ukraine, thinking of all the brave people there, last 30 years, I never really thought this is possible here in Europe. Every first Wednesday of the month, we normally have a siren test, and I thought that's just not necessary anymore. But the last one was cancelled because people could think it's real. Anyway, I want to give a shout out to David from the hospital shop. Yes, David, big up. Super kind and helpful guy. With his help, I hope I finally get my returned and lost package. Thanks, Jan. Tom James wants a shout out to Zona. And Craig Spraggan. Oh, Craig, are you any relation of Paul Spraggan, who happens to be my lawyer? Yes, there aren't many Spraggans in the world. Anyway, Craig Spraggan says, DJ Grapple, driving buses on the Gold Coast of Australia, busting out drum and bass and reggae. I like that. Oh, Soul Assassin is written in. Long time no speak. Still listening. Soul Assassin. I love this tune. It's simple, to the point, but it does exactly what it needs to do. I love it. Incoming, new music from Scar. This is called How It Should Be, and it's from the Together with Ukraine album. I focused on that on episode 2, but if you're new to the concept of this album, you need it. Go along to Bandcamp, purchase, you can pay £12 or more. It's 136 new tracks. All the money goes to the Ukrainian Red Cross. I need say no more. to give my sincere love and shouts to Vlad, Reese, everyone else involved in putting the Together with Ukraine album. Putting it together, indeed. Big love, and I hope you all stay safe. Stephen McCormick wants to shout out to his brother Matt in California, who's missing all the hospitality events in Blighty for the last 2 years. And Carly Fenner, who is in Brighton eating a Burger King. Matthew Bull says, can I just get a huge shout out for my best friends Epi and Daisy? Met them over 8 years ago to hospitality in Leeds. What you're doing, Mr. Coleman, has brought so many people together. A place where we can share our passion. It's so good to hear your voice again, Tony. Oh, thank you. Now, I want to give a personal shout out to Ritesh, who's put together an incredible drum and bass festival in Tulum in Mexico. It's in a couple of weeks, and I'm going out there to play. It's called Locus, Locus, and it is a brilliant lineup. All drum and bass, no vanilla. Plain says, greetings from Scotland, Tony. I'm heading out on a run with the excellent Together for Ukraine album to soundtrack it. Shout out to Stevie Carr and all the volunteers with the Dnipro Kids charity who have assisted in the safe evacuation of 3 orphanages from Dnipro in Ukraine to Poland. That's what I'm talking about. And another person I know who's helping is my friend Maciek, who renovates analog synthesizers in Poland. But he, with a friend, he drove down to the Ukrainian border with a van full of pet food and brought back loads of stray dogs to be rehomed in Ukraine. Coming brand new music on the Goldfat label, it's Aydn, a tune called Left Apart.
Helpless around you, she got me tied up. She left me in pieces trying to catch a wave. We ain't in North Carolina. Helpless around you, she got me tied up. She left me in pieces trying to catch a wave. We ain't in North Carolina.
Shout out to Grant Porter and Johnny Mitekiss, who run the Goldfat label. Or is the label called Full Fat? I get confused, I can never remember, I'm sorry. Anyway, it's a wicked label. And Claire Green says, hi Tony, can you give a shout out to Tom Littledyke from Lyme Regis, who's taking a convoy, check this out, a convoy of 12 vehicles, including 2 ambulances, over to Ukraine, packed with medical supplies. He's rallied a massive team of people to pull off this huge achievement. Can you wish him luck and a safe journey from Claire? That is absolutely incredible. Tom, I'm so grateful to you for doing this. And I wish you a safe journey. I wish you luck. Doing what you're doing is absolutely incredible. Thank you.
She left me in pieces trying to catch a wave. We ain't in North Carolina. Helpless around you, she got me tied up. She left me in pieces trying to catch a wave. We ain't in North Carolina.
And Jenny Victoria says, I'm in Florida recovering from surgery, but I went out for a drive yesterday to catch up on hospital tunes and replay my favourites. It's always special driving along the river in the morning with Makoto's Morning Sunrise bumping in the car. It feels good, Tony, and glad to see you back podcasting. Big up. Alexander Magpie says, hey Tony, I got in love with drum and bass after a London Electricity gig that you played about 1 million years ago in Krakow in Poland. Love your podcast, and I was waiting for a new episode as it always brings calm to my heart. Big shout to you, to the great people of Ukraine, and to everyone else who's helping to stop the evil powers. Peace and love. Now this is brilliant. Chris Blue Martin sent this over. This is forthcoming on Blue Martin Music. And it's by a very exciting new artist called Whytwo. It's called, well, the file name says Mosaic, but I'm not sure if that's misspelt of mosaic or not. Anyway. Enjoy this. For any musical geeks out there, this is not in 4/4, which most dance music is. It's in 5/4, 5 beats in a bar. And that I'm aware of, it's the first drum and bass tune in 5/4 since I released a track called Syncopated City Revisited back in 2008. Damien Sauder says, hi, I'm all the way from Wisconsin. Huge fan of yours for over a decade. London Elec is the real deal and always has been. I'm working on my own EP of tunes is what I'm doing right now. And Keegan DeCall says, hi Tony, I'm in Granada. That's the first shout I've ever had in 20 years of podcasting from Granada. Actually, I haven't been podcasting for 20 years, but you know what I mean. I'm in Granada, laying in bed with a sick baby, watching baby sensory videos to distract him. Feeling hopeful he'll get back to his normal happy self soon. I'd love a shout out for my son Tavion, who is turning 1 in just over a week, and my wife Brigitte, who's been doing a stellar job of raising our little drum and bass baby. Much love to you and everyone out there listening from Granada, the Isle of Spice. Some of these shouts, they make me kind of travel sick, as in, I want to go travelling. New music now from Bcee, Kubiks and Degs. This is called The Evolution. Forthcoming on Spearhead.
To keep my place, I've stopped in now. All for my trace that made me wild. When I don't need to be falling off and holding on no more. Live life that touch more safely between the pictures that we take and all the wisdom along the way. Cause everybody's proved wrong. So don't hesitate for too long. We hope they'll find their way. Sometimes you can't relate. I get that it's hard to take. Yeah, it's hard to take.
And Harrison James Fletcher says, morning Tony, hope you're well mate. Currently finishing my last half hour at work. Then I'm back home to chill out and get the drum bass tunes playing. I've been hooked on Balsam by Mitekiss. What a tune. Can I have a shout out to my mum Katrina and my brother Cav, who both love drum and bass just as much as I do.
Safely between the pictures that we take and all the wisdom along the way. Cause everybody's proved wrong. So don't hesitate for too long.
And a shout out to Carl Maker, who's hitting the half-century mark. And obviously he's got a hangover, and all of his mates are true legit soldiers of the early French drum and bass and liquid scene. Now, I didn't know there was an early French drum and bass and liquid scene. Can someone send me some? That's amazing. Shout out to Sarah Walker, who's in upstate New York on a snowy Saturday morning. And last week she was at the Okeechobee Music and Arts Festival in Florida, and she heard Just 1 Second being played by Mize.
Hear these words, don't fight alone. This world's your own, and you're more than a cog in this spreadsheet. Sometimes this life, it pumps the brakes. Oh, I get that it's hard to take. Life that touch more
Brand new on Spy's Dark Matter label. I think this is the first release by an artist who isn't Spy. This is Jarday. It's called Sundown. Big love going out to Carlos and family. Now I've been waiting for a tune like this. It's almost, wait for it, Liquid Foghorn. Shout out from Tex Pete, who's actually from Sydney in Australia. He's trying to get a shout out to Jarday and Mardy, who'll be welcoming a beautiful baby girl into the world very soon. And he says, it's my only hope that both mum and baby are happy and healthy and born into a better world than it is today. Stop the war in Ukraine, let peace in Eastern Europe be restored, and let's give future generations a chance to live without the looming fear of world war. Love the new podcast. Oh, and since you've released Rebuilding a Better World, can you also consider resurrecting Robert the Chicken? What do you mean, Paul the Chicken? I think you do. Anyway, thanks, Tex. I don't know where Paul's gone. I think I saw him the other day, somewhere in my house. But I could have been dreaming. This is called From the Start. And it's by ArpXP, and it's from the Together with Ukraine album. Lovely. There are some amazing tunes that have been made specially for this album, and you can only get on this album from Bandcamp. Do your ears, your heart and your soul a favour and buy the album now, Together with Ukraine. Shout going out to James Entic-Knapp Green. Happy 40th birthday. And to Matthew Lighthall, Florida, United States here. I've been listening to you forever and you are so awesome. Keep up the good work. Thank you, Matthew. Gav S. So says, thanks for shouting out to my daughter's Teddy Sokie last year. What? The trouble is, my son's Teddy, poor Augustus, is jealous. Oh. Big love, Tony. Thanks for getting back in the podcasting game. It makes the working day pass quicker. Abstract Science, can I get a shout out for my son John Paolo? He's 11 and a huge hospital podcast fan. Also great to see you in action, London Electricity. Thank you for all the great music. Abstract Science, yes. Lucy wants to shout out to her daughters Penelope and Maisie. And Luke Moisey wants to shout, we're covering all bases here, wants to shout out to Luke Higgins and Drew Bodie. Connor Sutton would love a shout out of the new podcast, on the new podcast. Been a fan for a few years. Love everything you do, Tony. Real treat to hear you back in our ears. Big ups. And a shout to last week Liquid podcast as well. Very, very fine podcast. Recommended. Okay, brand new music from Seba now. Yes, Seb. This is called Lviv, and it's on the Together with Ukraine album. Fantastic tune. Indulge yourself in this one. A shout out to all our drum and bass community in Ukraine, in Lviv, in Mariupol, in Kiev, wherever you are in the country. I pray for you. And your families. Yes, Seb. Let's go. Come on. Shouts going out to Vlad Polaris, to Matan Seal, who says, great to have you back doing what you do best on the podcast, Tony. Keep them coming. Big love from Zurich. And Gray wants to shout out to Rocky McGee in, what a name, in Melbourne. Shout out to Jocelyn Heretic. Massive shout out to the one known as Gladys, aka Danny, aka DHVNY. And a big shout to Mary, 7 Mary R. Hello from Austin, Texas. I hope you're taking your hospital kicks to Tulum. I think I will. Mary, of course, does amazing trainer customizations, or kicks as you call them over there in America. Shouts going out to Tokyo Prose, again to the Everyday Junglist, To the Motion Hero, who's relaxing in California, USA, a little stressed from schoolwork. But enjoying a bit of relaxation thanks to the Together with Ukraine album, this album. And BD Mac 90 says one love to all of the Ukrainians, a massive fuck you to Putin and his war machine. And he also bigs up Technomatic for their latest single, that's really nice. Incoming, it's Jack Workforce, Attention to Suffering.
When we were in Eastern Europe and dealing with oppression, we wanted all kinds of things, but mostly what we needed was hope, an orientation of the spirit, a willingness to sometimes be in hopeless places and be a witness. There is no disconnect around technology and design that will allow us to be fully human until we pay attention to suffering.
Yes, Jack. This is out on his own label. Shout out to Serenity Sound UK, who says, I'm at work in the northwest, grinding through till 5 with escapism. From Liquidity Records, I think. He says Liquidity Records. I don't know, maybe it's that. Solidarity with Ukraine. And Grimlords says, Tony, I would love a shout out. Also, what's the story behind you going your own way in podcasting? Oh, just listen to episode 1 of the Thingcast, which was my 4-part series last year. That'll tell you. Anyway, shout out to everybody at Hospital Records. John Pedraza says, is it too late for a shout? No, it's not. I'm in Poland helping to feed the support crews in this Ukraine situation. Big up, John. Long time hospital fan, got a shout out before, but I'm very insecure and could use more shouts. Well, you can have as many shouts as you want, mate, because you're on the border helping. Big love. Thank you for your service. And pleased to say there's new music coming from Hugh Hardy on Hospital. Wicked EP. This is called Kodiak. Check it out. Shout going out to Hugh and the Cambridge drum and bass fraternity. You know who you are. Dan and Matt. Yes, Hugh on the tom fills. I love this. Brand new on 31 Records. Yes, Doc Scott. This is by Adred. It's called Levitation. Shout in from Scopeland 007 who says, I'll have one. I'm cleaning the bathroom and looking after a 3-week-old baby. Rock and roll. I can't find your podcast on Spotify, Tony. Is it there? Yeah. For some reason they took it down, but I put it back up. And I hope they don't take it down again. Anyway, the link is in my bio. Nashi Tats would love a shout out. She says, I'm not the Sunshine Coast, Queensland. Oh, must be. I'm on the Sunshine Coast, Queensland, Australia. I have D&B playing all the time in my tattoo studio, and so many people love the vibes. I get so many messages through the week asking who the artists were and what's that music called again. I love spreading the D&B vibes to the world, and the world needs more good vibes right now. It does indeed. Yes, Nashi. Incoming new music from Chords on Ram. A tune called Libation. I love this, check it out. This is amazing. It's Particle, Drive Me Crazy, on Critical. Big shout out to Alex, big shout out to Kazra. Oh my goodness, this is an absolute tune. Hold tight from the top. Yes, Alex Particle on the pad chords, love them. Yes, on the bongos. What a tune. A tune like this makes me want to play more festivals. Incoming, it's Mitekiss from his new album. This is called Droplets, featuring Be Aware. Shout out to Sam G90. A shout out to the HBBD from Austin, Texas. And to Synth Universe, who says, I'd love a shout out for me. My friend Edward and I are super excited to see you in Tulum. A dream come true. I'll sleep at the airport if necessary just to be on time. Oh.
to breathe. Space it will keep you. Burn, baby, burn right through. Better take these elements or you'll be through. There's no way out. To step in me and you proud. Take it to the grave. Better come and shake right. Come, baby, burn right through. Better take the elements or she'll take you. Take time for yourself or time gon' take you down. One way ticket to the only way out. Burn, baby, burn right through. Better take these elements or she'll take you. It's two step, too cold, too grave, too young. So you want me, you know, let's go. Burn, baby, burn right through. Better take the night time or she'll take you. Can you burn up? Burn up, not out. Or she'll take you.
That is a beautiful tune. I love the fact the vocal doesn't come in straight away, comes in about halfway through, makes you listen to the tune right till the end. Love that. Okay, I'm going to leave it here with this. It's Leniz and Telomic. Fallen from Grace. And this is from the Together with Ukraine album. Big shout to Telomic, big shout to Leniz, big shout to all of you. And my dog Pippin has just walked into the studio. This is his squeaky ball. Shout to Pippin. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for listening. I'll see you on episode 4. Peace out.